All right, Karen, welcome. Let's see if anybody else pops in. I'm just going to put this over here so I can let anybody in. And we will get started. So, welcome. Put this down. Okay. All righty. So, welcome to my webinar, Trust After Trauma, Overcoming Betrayal for a Brighter Future. For those of you who don't know me, Karen, you're the only one here right now, but you know me. My name is Erica Catronio. I am your happiness coach. I work specifically with women who are struggling to find happiness after divorce, and more specifically, struggling to got distracted. Struggling to find out who they are after divorce. A lot of times we go through emotional turmoil and we don't know who we are afterwards. We lose our relationship, we lose our footing, and we lose a bit of who we are. And that is what I focus on helping women do. Find out who they are outside of their relationship, find out what they want out of life, and help them get it. So that is a little bit about me. And here we go. Alrighty, so just a couple of reminders. Please mute your microphone unless you're asking a question. If you feel comfortable, you feel free to turn on your camera. It's easier for me to talk to small groups when I can see your faces. If you don't feel comfortable with that, that is totally fine. If you send any messages to the chat, I will answer them when I finish each slide or at the end of the presentation. All right, so welcome. We are going to explore some healing and empowerment after experiencing betrayal, especially after divorce. We're going to dive deep and connect with our inner strength and emerge stronger, acknowledge feelings, validate experiences, and promote self-compassion. So let's do it. Before we really begin, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the pain, confusion, and the multitude of emotions that often accompany experiences of betrayal, especially in the aftermath of divorce. It's essential to validate these emotions and recognize that what you're feeling is entirely valid and it's understandable. You are not the only person that feels this way. Throughout our time together, we'll explore your personal experiences of betrayal, allowing space for self-awareness and self-compassion to emerge. Remember that healing is a journey, and it's okay to take your time and process your emotions at your own pace. You're not alone, and there are others out there who are going through something so similar to what you're going through and can relate to what you're feeling. Navigating your emotional landscape. Dogs. Navigating the emotional aftermath of betrayal can feel like traversing uncharted territory. But it's essential to allow yourself the space and grace to explore your feelings without judgment. Self-care, self-compassion, and seeking support from trusted individuals is crucial in your journey. As we delve into the depths of our emotional landscape, I encourage you to practice mindfulness and self-compassion. Remember that healing is not always linear. It's okay to experience ups and downs along the way. Trust in your ability to heal and grow from this experience, and know that brighter days lie ahead. Rebuilding trust within yourself. One of the most significant steps in overcoming betrayal is rebuilding trust within yourself. It involves honoring your intuition, setting boundaries, and practicing self-compassion and forgiveness. It's about recognizing your inherent worthiness of love, acceptance, forgiveness, both from yourself and from others. Throughout this process, it's crucial to focus on your personal growth, resilience, and empowerment, trust in your strength and resilience, and know that you have the power to overcome any obstacles. Cultivate self-love and acceptance and forgiveness, and watch as you blossom into the confident, resilient individual that you were always meant to be. Can we give Angeli, my assistant, a shout out for making this beautiful presentation? I just think it's so pretty, and it sparkles. So cultivating self-compassion. If you were present on our webinar about a month ago, we talked a lot about how to cultivate self-compassion. Self-compassion is a really powerful tool for healing and for transformation, especially in the aftermath of betrayal. It involves treating yourself with kindness, practicing mindfulness, and challenging your negative self-talk. By replacing self-criticism with affirmations of self-love and acceptance, you can begin to foster a deep sense of compassion for yourself and others. So throughout this journey, I encourage you to embrace self-compassion for healing and for transformation. Treat yourself with kindness. Practice mindfulness. Challenge that negative self-talk. We also did a webinar recently about limiting beliefs and negative self-talk, and replace with positive affirmations. And embrace your worthiness of love, acceptance, and forgiveness. It's so important that in order to rebuild trust in ourselves, especially, that we forgive ourselves. And in order to forgive ourselves, we need to have self-compassion. I don't think anybody that is here now was on that webinar where we did a letter writing exercise. We took about 5 minutes out, and I had everyone write a letter to themselves, forgiving themselves for the mistakes that they have made. And it was really powerful. A lot of different things came up for a lot of different people. So I encourage you to do that. Maybe after this, write a letter to yourself, forgiving yourself for whatever you feel you may have done that has brought you to this place. I don't want you to accept all of the blame, because there were two people in your relationship, but I want you to forgive yourself. And writing a letter to either another version of yourself or writing a letter to a younger version of yourself, or maybe an older version of yourself, really can help you to process those emotions. And it is so cathartic. A lot of people get very emotional doing this exercise, because when you're able to look yourself in the eye and tell yourself that you forgive yourself and that you love yourself and that you know that you deserve better, a lot of people really feel a shift. So finding meaning and purpose. In the wake of betrayal, it's natural to search for meaning and purpose in our experiences. Why did this happen to me? What did I do wrong? Why does this keep happening to me? And it involves reflecting on our personal growth, our values, our passions, our interests, and discovering what truly brings us fulfillment and joy. So as we explore this theme, I encourage you to embrace the opportunities for self-growth and self-expression. It's always best to come into this with an open mind and don't expect anything of it. If you feel like it's all things you've heard before or nothing new to you, try to listen to it with new ears and a new heart so that you can get the most out of it. We are so often very jaded by our experiences, and we say, this is hooey, this is hooey, and whatever. But it's so important to come in with just an open mind and with curiosity. You want to trust in your ability to create a life that is filled with meaning and purpose, and know that every experience, both positive and negative, has the potential to shape you into the person that you were always meant to be. I was just speaking with somebody right before this call about this. Everything happens for a reason, and being able to see the good in every bad situation will help you to move forward. If we see the situation that you're in as a gift of freedom, of no longer being trapped in a marriage that is not serving you, of an opportunity to meet new people, to experience new things, to do things that you love that your partner didn't love. I think I've told this story before, but I spoke with somebody recently about throw pillows. Her partner hated throw pillows. So when they broke up, she went out and bought all the throw pillows. And every time she saw those throw pillows, she was so grateful that she didn't have anybody criticizing her throw pillows anymore. And it seems so silly, but being able to embrace the bright side, for lack of a better term, of a situation will help you to embrace your new reality sooner. Strategies for setting boundaries. Raise your hand if you're a people pleaser. Sometimes as people pleasers, and I'm guessing that you are all raising your hands because almost all of us go through this, but sometimes as people pleasers, we say, that makes me uncomfortable, but it's not that big of a deal. Or I don't like the way that they spoke to me, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to upset them. I don't want to cause a fuss. Listen, I posted earlier today, the only people who don't like your boundaries are the people that want to cross them. So you can't continuously give away pieces of yourself to protect other people's peace. If someone is speaking to you or treating you in a way that you do not appreciate or doesn't make you feel right or good, it is okay to establish boundaries with that person. Setting boundaries is so important, especially when you are healing from betrayal or a loss of trust. The key is communicating clearly what is acceptable to you and what is not acceptable to you. If someone keeps making jokes about the way you look and they're just teasing, it's okay for you to say, please don't do that. It makes me feel bad. And so often as people pleasers, we don't want to rock the boat. It's not that big of a deal. It's okay. I'll get over it. It just hurt my feelings a little bit. But those things add up and it builds up. It builds up here and it builds up here. So if you're dealing with all of these boundaries that are being crossed all the time, you're being run over. And you're like roadkill. So it's so important. I'm going on a tangent, guys. Sorry. So it's so important that you recognize what you're feeling when you interact with a certain person. You trust what you're feeling. You don't brush it off. You honor your feelings. And you assert your needs. So when somebody is making you feel uncomfortable, don't worry about not rocking the boat. Remember that your peace of mind is important. You feeling good about yourself is important. So if you can kindly and respectfully say to that person, I'm sorry, but when you speak to me like that, I don't like it. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you too assertive. It doesn't make you unlovable. It doesn't make you unlikable. You are protecting your peace, and that's okay. It's okay to say no without guilt or apology. I'm going to go on another tangent, guys. Hold on. I decided last year, I was always the yes, yes, yes person at work. Hey, can you work this weekend? Yeah, sure, I can. Hey, can you see another person? Yeah, sure, I can. Hey, can you drive this person around? Yeah, sure, I can. Can you, take on this extra responsibility? Sure. And I realized that for many, many years, I was working and I wasn't taking vacation because I didn't want to let anybody else down. And, I have been on this tremendous personal development journey. And it hit me that in my effort to take care of everyone else and to please everyone else and to be the golden child at work, and that's weird, but be the star performer and the whatever. I was killing myself, man. I was working all the time. I got so stressed out when I took a vacation. I never did anything. I never went anywhere because I couldn't let go of that feeling of disappointing other people. What are they going to do without me? Let me tell you, they'll be fine. So I began practicing saying no without guilt or apology. Erica, can you work this weekend? No, I can't. Erica, can you switch your days off with somebody else? They wanted to take this time off. Nope, I can't. And more importantly, at least in my eyes, or equally important, is I started saying yes. So when I decided that I would start saying no, I also decided that I would start saying yes. I would start saying yes to things that serve me. So for those of you who I'm friends with on Facebook, you will see that last April I went to Spain. This January I went to Florida. I just got back from California, and in about a month I'm going on a cruise. And I didn't plan it that way, but in each instance, I had an opportunity presented to me. Do you want to go to this conference? Do you want to go on this trip? Do you want to meet these people? Hey, we're going on a cruise. Do you want to come with us? And I thought to myself, I really shouldn't. I shouldn't miss that time at work. I shouldn't spend the money. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't leave my husband for a week with the kids while I go to San Diego. But when I really thought about it, guys, this is a wild tangent. Sorry. I'll reel it back after this. When I really thought about it, I said, why am I not going? Why would I say no to this? Money aside, feeling bad for my husband for being by himself, which he was fine with. Why would I not do this? Is it going to make me happy? Yep. Am I going to check some things off my bucket list? Yep. Am I going to have a freaking blast? Yep. I'm going. I'm doing it. I'm not saying no to good opportunities anymore. I am only saying no to things that are draining me. Okay, end of tangent. Sorry. Oh, goodness. You poor people. All right. Oh, we should probably talk about how to set those boundaries, huh? All right. So just make sure that you figure out what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept, and you speak up. Jackie has a great story about this that she's going to share with us. Oh, she just disappeared. Oh, maybe she'll come right back. Anyway, Jackie just got a beautiful tattoo, and it says that if I'm too much, go find less. And hopefully she comes back so she can show us and tell us all about it. But you know, if people are not willing to accept your boundaries, then that's their loss. I'm going to go on another tangent. Oh, crap. Sorry. At the conference that I was at in San Diego, we talked about the 3x3x3 rule. So there are 3 types of people in your life. You have 3-minute friends, 3-hour friends, and 3-day friends. And what that means is there are people that should only be in your life for 3 minutes at a time. These are the people that treat you poorly, the people that make you feel unseen or unheard, the people that continuously cross your boundaries. We have our 3-hour friends who you can tolerate for a little bit longer, but they're still not feeding your soul. And then we have our 3-day friends. You can spend 3 days with these people and feel better at the end of it and not worse. So I think it's hard for people to create boundaries, establish boundaries, and enforce boundaries. And it's hard for people to cut other people out of your life. But some brilliant scientist that I can't recall the name of said that we are the sum of the 5 people we spend the most time with. And if you are spending time with people who are small-minded and belittling and negative and dragging you down, they are going to drag you down to their level. So surround yourself with positive, uplifting, supportive, loving, caring people. and they will bring you up. Now I'm done. Okay. Building resilience. So resilience is your ability to bounce back stronger in the face of adversity. And it's a skill that can be cultivated over time. Often when we're going through an experience like this, a divorce, the loss of a loved one, whatever, we feel weak. But by finding strength and overcoming these things and seeking support from our community, from coaches, from friends, from loved ones, we can emerge from the aftermath of betrayal or loss stronger than we were when we went into it. For those of you who are familiar with my own story, that may resonate with you. But, you know, I won't go too far into it, but I experienced loss. And that for me was terrible. And, you know, I could have let it hold me back. But instead, I used it as a springboard to change my life. So that is what resilience is. And it's not something you're necessarily born with. It's something that grows every time you experience hardship and survive. One of my favorite sayings, and I'm going to butcher it, but you've survived every hard thing you've ever been through. So why is this different? You will survive this. And hopefully you will thrive after this. Embracing forgiveness. Forgiveness is a profound act of self-love, especially in the aftermath of betrayal. By releasing your resentment, your anger, and your pain, you can embrace forgiveness for yourself and others and create a space for healing. Now, in our webinar a few weeks ago, we talked about forgiveness. And you are not forgiving someone else for them. And when you forgive them, you are not absolving them of what they've done or how they've treated you. But you're deciding that you are no longer going to let that betrayal or that breach of trust hold you back. And that's a powerful, powerful decision to make. So if somebody did you wrong, forgive them. You don't have to tell them that you forgive them. You can forgive them for you, not for them. And forgiving them does not absolve them of what they've done. It is giving you peace, allowing you to release the resentment and the anger, and to embrace your freedom from that burden. And embrace the healing and your ability to move forward. So we've kind of come to the end of our webinar. I haven't even done a time check. 9:30. I'm pretty good here, despite all my multiple tangents. So I want to take a moment to acknowledge your strength and your resilience. You are going through arguably one of the hardest things that you can go through in life. And you're going to make it. It's important that you trust in yourself. You determine what behaviors you are willing to accept from other people and communicate that to them. And it is important that you learn to let go of your anger and your resentment so that you can move forward. Because that's not a burden that you should have to carry around with you forever. So I want to do just a brief visualization. Excuse me. I've been talking too much. All right. So go ahead and get in a comfortable position and close your eyes. And we are going to embark on a journey together. We're going to do a guided visualization to rebuild trust within yourself after experiencing trauma. Trust is like a sturdy foundation of a house. It provides stability and support as we navigate life's challenges. So let's take this first step together towards nurturing that trust within ourselves. So if you haven't already, find yourself in a comfortable position and then gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow any tension to melt away from your body. Imagine yourself in a peaceful place, a place where you feel completely safe and at ease. Perhaps it's a serene forest bathed in golden sunlight, or a quiet beach with waves gently lapping against the shore. Take a moment to picture this place in your mind's eye. Now imagine yourself taking a leisurely walk through this tranquil environment. Feel the soft earth beneath your feet, the warmth of the sun on your skin, and the gentle breeze on your face. Notice the vibrant colors of nature surrounding you, the deep greens of the trees and the bright blue of the sky. As you continue your walk, I invite you to engage all of your senses. Listen to the sounds of nature, the chirping of the birds, the rustle of the leaves in the wind. Breathe in the fresh, clean air and notice any pleasant scents that drift by. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin and the coolness of the breeze as it brushes against your cheeks. As you walk, I want you to reflect on the feelings of trust and safety that permeates this space. This feeling comes from within yourself, from your own inner strength and resilience. Allow yourself to fully embrace this sense of security, knowing that you are safe and supported. As you continue your walk, you may notice some emotions arising within you, perhaps feelings of peace, contentment, or even gratitude. Whatever emotions you experience, Know that they are valid and they are welcome. Now slowly begin to transition back to the present moment. Take a few deep breaths and gently wiggle your fingers and toes to reorient yourself. If you'd like, you can open your eyes and return your awareness to the room. Take a moment to reflect on your experiences. You may want to jot some things down, any thoughts or feelings that arose during that visualization in a journal or in a notebook. Remember, trust is a journey, and it's okay to take one step at a time. I encourage you to revisit this visualization whenever you need to reconnect with your inner sense of trust and safety. The recording of this webinar will be available if you want to replay that. So, Karen, you are our last standing. If you have any questions, please feel free to come off mute, ask, share, whatever you so choose. All right. Well, I will see you soon. Our next webinar is going to be in 2 weeks. Probably, oh, I don't know how to. Look at the bottom left hand of your screen, and there should be a little microphone. There you are.
Hey. Couldn't find the unmute part. No, I wrote down some notes as you were talking, and that was. I don't know if you remember me saying that I pick a word every year instead of doing a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
And this year I picked the word resilience.
I love that.
Like on December 31st, I picked that word, and it just keeps. I've never had my word come back to me as many times as I have this year.
Yeah, that's great.
So I know that, that's really my mantra for this year is resilience. So
absolutely. Oh, that gives me goosebumps.
I know it's really a confirmation that I'm going to be resilient and make it through this, and
absolutely.
Somehow I'm going to come out on top. I don't know how, but somehow it's going to be okay.
It is.
So
it really is.
That's really a confirmation, because not only with you, but other things have just, the word resilience just keeps coming back to me. So
yeah. It's amazing how, the universe gives us these messages, or God, or whatever you believe in, the higher power, like when we need to see something and we need that affirmation and that confirmation that we're on the right path.
Right.
You always see these things, and I think that it's so powerful. And I'm so, we're so aligned. Resilience is my word too. So I'm
really glad, because I have been having these little feelings that did I make a mistake? Did I make the wrong decision?
mm-hmm.
And that just helps me to know that I didn't, that I did do the right thing in leaving. And I just have to take it one day at a time, because I don't know what's going to happen. But
absolutely. But you've got
I've made it through everything else this far, so why not this?
Exactly. You have made it through every hard day you've ever had.
Yep.
I just love that. Like, one of my other like favorite little quotes that I remind myself of often is, the only way to lose is to quit.
Right.
So, just
another thing that I learned is that I never fail if I learn.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I learn from my mistakes. I haven't failed.
Yeah, and
So
that goes hand in hand with the everything happens for a reason.
mhm.
We learn from our experiences. We learn from our pain. We learn from our mistakes, and that's how we grow. If we don't
Right.
change, if we don't learn from these things, if we don't change, nothing else changes. So it's you
Your
have
little tangent about boundaries and that really, I don't think that was a tangent. I think that was
good.
I think that's, what I needed to hear, because I have to set boundaries with some people,
Yeah.
that it's not okay for you to talk to me that way, because
Yeah.
before I would just, take it because I'm a people pleaser and I didn't want to offend them and I didn't want to lose them. And, maybe I need to lose them.
Yeah. Maybe they can be a 3-minute person instead of
And
reading.
maybe having them in my life is preventing somebody better coming into my life.
Yeah. And holding you back from moving forward.
Right.
So, I think the first step is always establish those boundaries. But if they can't respect those boundaries, then you need to increase the distance between
Right.
and decrease the time that you allow them to occupy space in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I can't move on if I'm constantly having to put up those boundaries that you're trying to walk all over.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe you just need to go find less. I
Exactly.
like that one too.
Yeah.
You said she got a tattoo with that?
Yeah, I'm bummed that she didn't stay. Um she got a tattoo. Let me find it really quickly. Just so I'm not misquoting her tattoo. It says, I'm too much. If I'm too much, then go find less.
I like that.
I love that. I'm like, I want that now. Um, there's another, have you seen the poem Let Them? A lot of
I
people
think
are
so.
getting tattoos of that too. Google it, like Let Them poem. And it basically talks about like if people want to judge you or people want to abandon you or tease you or whatever, let them, because their opinion of you is irrelevant and you don't have to let them treat you like that. I'm paraphrasing now. Tangent. I'm like super
Oh
tangent.
yeah, I mean, it was easy to find. I just Google it and it's
Yeah.
easy to find.
Yeah. I mean, people are getting that tattooed on their like wrists all the time.
Let them.
Let them. Yeah. It's really powerful though.
If they want to go weeks without talking to you, let them.
Yeah. People will
That's
show you if you let them show you who they are and what
yeah, they will.
they will.
If they're okay with never seeing you, let them.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Yep. That's affirmations for the next few days.
Yes, absolutely.
Go find less. Let them.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Good.
All
Well,
right.
I guess I'm gonna see you on Saturday.
Yes, I will see you Saturday. And thank you so much for hanging out. And
Yeah.
I'll talk to you soon.
All righty. Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
You too.